Back then, even the strongest man never expected this. When I broke through to Martial Venerable, I was ambushed and became a fool. Because of that, the entire Yi family fell into despair. All 7 of my elder brothers died on the battlefield. Even my childhood sweetheart publicly broke off our engagement at their funeral. I thought the Yi family would be finished. Yet, unexpectedly, the 7 sisters-in-law who never got to marry my brothers stood up publicly and declared they would all marry me, the fool. But none of them knew my consciousness had already awakened. This vengeance I will make them pay in blood. It turns out that when I was breaking through the Martial Venerable realm, I was plotted against. In that near-death moment, I sealed 90% of my soul into a jade pendant. I survived but became a fool. My 6 remaining brothers were later ambushed and killed in battle. Now, only grandfather and I remain in the Yi family. At my brother's funeral, General Ningyu of the Great and Kingdom was saying to my grandfather, Elder Yi, their plan was too well prepared. We never saw it coming. Grandfather slowly shook his head. It's not your fault. From the day you men step onto the battlefield, none of us expect to die peacefully. What we didn't expect is that human treachery is deadlier than war. 7 brothers ambushed on the same day. Clearly, someone targeted our Yi family. His words had barely fallen when a Peppa Pig plush dropped at his feet. I rushed to pick it up, slipped, and fell to the ground. The jade pendant around my neck hit the floor and shattered instantly. Hugging the plush, I looked up and laughed. Thank you, Grandpa, for stopping Little Pig. Grandfather hurried to help me up, his voice gentle. Yes. Stand up, supporting me. He faced the crowd and declared firmly, everyone, the Yi family now has only me and Fanner. I will watch him marry the Shin girl and continue our bloodline. The Yi family will not fall. Our spirit will never fall. Whispers rose among the crowd. That's the youngest Yi master. Why does he look like a fool? You don't understand. He used to be the brightest prodigy of the Yi family, breaking through the martial master realm at 15 and rising among the strongest in Dacia. If not for the car accident 5 years ago that turned him into a fool and crippled his cultivation, he would have been the true number 1 of the Yi family. So strong? No wonder even as a fool, he still had the Xian family's young lady willing to marry him. After all, they grew up together. There's years of affection there. But before the whispers faded, Xin was strode in with Xian Yufei. Hold it right there. Yifan is already a fool. Our Xian family will not ruin Yufei's entire life. Today, we are here to cancel the engagement. Grandfather staggered at the words, his chest tightening as he spat out a mouthful of blood. Thankfully, I reacted quickly and caught him. I turned to Xin Yufei, eyes confused and hurt. Yufei, why are you making Grandpa angry? Are you not going to be my wife anymore? Grandfather, panting heavily, said to her, Yufei, 5 years ago when Fanner had his accident, you never abandoned him. I believe you aren't that kind of person. What happened? Xian Yufei was just about to speak, but Xian Jinghua cut her off. Yi family now has only a fool and an old man left. How can you compare to 5 years ago? Back then, she agreed to marry because your family was at its peak. Show some self-awareness now. Grandfather clenched his teeth in fury, fawning over the powerful and stepping on the weak. I finally seen your Shin family clearly. Xin Yufei lowered her eyes and said guiltily, I'm sorry, Brother Fan. I can't marry you. Just then, a firm female voice came from behind. If she won't marry him, we will. The speakers were the eldest sister-in-law and 7th sister-in-law, who never got to marry into the Yi family. My first sister-in-law and 7th sister-in-law. The crowd gasped. They really came, not only for the funeral, but even a stand for the Yi family. One's a great and kingdom 3-star Valkyrie, the other the head of the Southwest pharmaceutical industry. What incredible women. Eldest sister-in-law Yulin Long and 7th sister-in-law, Su Ishua spoke in unison. We represent all 7 sisters-in-law of the Yi family, and we are willing to marry Yi Fan to continue the Yi bloodline. Xian Jinghua and Xian Yufei were stunned speechless. The onlookers erupted. Any one of those 7 is a top-tier beauty and powerhouse, yet they're all willing to marry a fool. Amid the murmurs, Yulin Long and Su Ishu supported me from both sides. Suddenly, a burning heat rushed through my chest. The next moment, the shattered jade pendant on my neck exploded with a roar. I broke through the seal instantly, stepping straight into the martial venerable realm. During the years, my soul was inside the pendant. I studied countless ancient texts and rare treasures stored within it, and my 3 souls and 6 spirits underwent endless tempering. But without external help, I could only wait for the soul-locking talisman to wear off before returning to my body. That wait lasted 5 full years, and my uncles and brothers all died on the same day on the battlefield. As for the assassination that turned me into a fool 5 years ago, who was behind it? Now that my soul has returned and I've reached the peak of the martial venerable realm, there are almost no opponents left in all of Dusya. I will drag every culprit into the light and make them pay in blood. But speaking of which, my chest really is burning hot. Seeing this, Xianjin was sneered, still acting stupid. Even if Yifan really recovers, he won't escape those assassins. You 7 sisters are destined to become widows. Yu Linglong's gaze turned icy. Save your concern. This is family business. Hearing that, I thought my sisters-in-law openly declare they would marry me. Their support for the family couldn't be clearer. If I expose my strength now, the hidden enemy will unleash madness upon the family and my sisters-in-law. To protect the family and them, I'll have to keep pretending to be a fool for a while longer. Yulin Long then turned to grandfather and said solemnly, "Grandfather, I'm still your granddaughter-in-law. Leave the rest to me." She turned to Shen Yufei, her presence overwhelming. "Shen Yufei, as Yifan's wife, I declare, your engagement with him is void from this moment on." Shen Yufei left only a single, "I'm sorry," before walking away without looking back. "Those who abandon me are not worth chasing. I will restore the family to its peak. We will rise again." As soon as we entered the room, Yulin Long turned to Su Ishue. "Ishue will take the lead. We must leave more bloodlines for the family and make those people pay." Lying on the bed, listening to my 2 sisters-in-law seriously planning this, I screamed internally. This isn't the kind of strength I wanted at all. Meanwhile, inside a temple, a man spoke. "Elder Zhang, the family's funeral has ended. Everything went smoothly." Yi Changfeng showed no abnormalities, but the 7 sisters-in-law of the family publicly declared they would marry Yifan. "How shall we handle this?" The elder replied, "To approach the family at a time like this, they must be warned. Kill one to scare the rest. And the car accident 5 years ago was handled well. Send the same person. As Elder Zhang says, and that young master of the Zhao family is obsessed with Su Ishue, the 7th sister-in-law. He'll gladly make a move on Yifan. He's just a fool. As long as he stays foolish, I don't mind sparing him. But if he shows any change, kill him on sight." At that moment in the family's old residence, grandfather looked at Yu Linglong and the other 2. He spoke with guilt. "Linglong, Shu, thank you for today, but the funeral is over. You should go. The family cannot hold you back." Yu Linglong stepped forward, her tone firm. "Grandfather, we will marry Yifan. Continue the bloodline and avenge the family." My face flushed red instantly. Yulin Long keenly sensed my reaction. "Xiao Fan, your aura fluctuated." Startled, I quickly suppressed my presence and continued pretending to be foolish, waving my hand. "Revenge. Bayu, revenge." Yulin Long shook her head gently. "Seems I imagined it." She then cut my face. Her voice was solemn and sincere. "Yifan, whether you understand or not, remember this. You were once Dasha's greatest prodigy, standing atop the martial world, and you can stand up again. We 7 pure girls are marrying you of our own free will and will follow you for life. If you dare betray even one of us, I'll chase you with a blade to the ends of the earth." My heart churned with mixed emotions. They could clearly have better futures, yet they chose to risk gossip from the entire world all to marry a fool. At that moment, Yu Linglong couldn't hold back anymore. Eyes red, she hugged me tightly. "If you still have even a shred of awareness left, then please pull yourself together." I swore silently. "I will avenge this humiliation and never betray their trust." Su Ishue spoke nervously. "Eldest sister, isn't this too harsh on Yifan? His mind hasn't recovered yet." Yulin Long shook her head firmly. "Don't worry. I've already contacted Lei Qinjue. I'll have him come and treat Yifan." "The Lei Qinjue, Dasha's divine healer?" grandfather exclaimed. "If he takes the case, Xiao Fan might really be saved." My heart stirred. I wasn't sick, but grandfather had hidden injuries and suffered blow after blow. If he didn't receive proper treatment, his time would be short. I could secretly pass Lei Qianjue some medical knowledge and let him heal grandfather. The thought had barely formed when I immediately acted foolish again. "Hey, I want treatment." Yu Linglong narrowed her eyes slightly. "That fluctuation again." Su Ishue a step forward and cupped my face. "Don't worry, Yifan. We'll cure you and you'll give us lots of big chubby sons." Before she finished, Yulin Long slapped her gently on the back. Then we'll follow the plan. Su Yishu, you will stay with Yifun for the first month. Hearing that, grandfather's eyes filled with grateful tears. Good girls. Thank you. Yulin Long smiled softly. Grandfather, there's no need be so formal. We're family. Then grandfather turned to me and lightly tapped my chest, his tone firm yet hopeful. Whether you recover or not, you must treat all 7 of these girls well. Otherwise, I won't forgive you. I instantly put on my foolish act again, nodding hard. 7 sisters-in-law are all wives. Yifun will love them all. In my heart, I added, I just hope they can endure the grievance for a little while longer. At that moment, Su Yishu has stepped forward. It's getting late. I'll take Yifun back first. Xiao Tianlong is hosting a business banquet tonight. It's a good chance to bring Yifun along. The moment I heard the name Xiao Tianlong, my mind exploded 5 years ago. The car accident. Right before I lost consciousness, I saw a man with a scar across his face. And during today's funeral, that same man was standing behind Xiao Tianlong. That car accident was almost certainly tied to the Zhao family. Since that's the case, I should begin my revenge with them. Cut to the Xian residence. Xianjingguo was shouting at Xian Yufei, didn't I tell you? We're attending young Master Zhao's banquet tonight. Why aren't you dressed yet? Xian Yufei's eyes were red, tears welling. I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood. Xianjingguo's face darkened. Are you still thinking about that Yi-fan? I've told you countless times, the Yi family is finished. Xian Yufei finally lowered her head. I understand. I'll attend the banquet tonight. That's better. Xian Jingwei's tone eased slightly, dressed beautifully. Many big figures will be there tonight. Young Master Zhao even called personally to invite you. This is for the good of the Xian family. It must be done. Meanwhile, I was choosing a suit for the banquet. When Su Yishua saw my 8-pack abs, her face instantly burned red. You haven't trained in so long. How are your abs still this defined? I pretended to be clueless, teasing, Wife, why is your face so red? Do you want to hutch them? Su Yishua snapped back to reality and tossed the suit at me. Put this on and stop calling me sister-in-law. You should call me wife. I clapped and jumped excitedly. Hey, I have another wife. Looking at my foolish expression, Su Yishu sighed inwardly. He was once Dasha's greatest martial prodigy, abandoned by his fiancée at his lowest, and now burdened by family tragedy. He truly deserves more love. She gently pulled me in her arms. The next second, her eyes widened, her aura was soaring rapidly. What she didn't know was that a special flame lay hidden in my body. As long as I touched a woman and she had an emotional fluctuation, I could absorb that warmth and convert it into martial energy to increase my strength. Even without direct contact, the flame would naturally generate spiritual warmth, aiding my cultivation. The speed far beyond normal training. And now, with 7 Ys accompanying me in rotation, how could my realm not rise rapidly? Just then, an urgent voice came from outside the door. Miss, the Patriarch and Second Master are waiting in the main hall. They ask that you come immediately. Su Ishu's eyes narrowed. Everyone's gathered. Are they gonna judge me? She took a deep breath, her voice firm. Let's go. I'm ready. My heart tightened. Was she being reprimanded by the Su family because she insisted on marrying me? No. I must go with her. I can't let her suffer on my behalf. The moment we entered the Su family's meeting room, Su Mingo slammed the table. Are you insane? Su Ishu actually announced she's marrying that Fui fan. Do you want the entire Su family buried with him? Su Ishu remained calm, her tone unwavering. I have my own reasons. As expected, my Ishwa wife was being scolded because of me. The Su family elders shouted angrily, absurd. Remove her from the clan immediately. Su Mingho snapped, Big brother, say something. Your daughter will destroy our entire family. At that moment, the Su patriarch, Su Honghai, raised his hand. In a deep voice, he said, I support Ishwa's decision. He swept his gaze across the room, a trace of reminiscence in his tone. 30 years ago, the Su family was on the verge of collapse, who gave us our first life-saving fund. If not for the E family support, we'd still be a tiny workshop. He paused, his voice turning cold. Yes. She's simply repaying a debt of gratitude. Anyone who dares comment on this again, get out of the Su family. Silence instantly fell over the meeting room. Su Mingho, unwilling to give up, quickly said, Big brother, look, several suppliers just announced they're cutting ties with us. Su Honghai frowned deeply. So the ones targeting the E family have begun striking at the Su family as well. A warning to others. Su Mingho stomped anxiously. Brother, this is no time for loyalty. The E family is finished, and we cannot afford to offend whoever's behind this. At this rate, our partnerships will collapse. Su Honghai's expression grew grave, muttering to himself, we can't betray kindness, but we can't drag the entire Su family down either. What am I supposed to do? Seeing this, Su Mingho turned and glared fiercely at Su Ishui. It's all your fault. The Su family will be ruined because of you. Su Ishui's tone rang with iron resolve. Members of the Xia family will be at the banquet tonight. I will do everything I can to secure the partnership. The Su family will have both loyalty and profit. If anyone doesn't trust me, they're free to sell their shares and leave. I won't stop them. Standing aside, I pondered, I wonder which member of the Xia family will show up tonight. If I can meet them beforehand, I might help my Ishwa wife secure that contract. Just then, a mocking voice sounded. Oh, isn't this the E family's little idiot? It was Zhao Tianlong. He looked at me with playful contempt. Hungry? Want young Master Zhao to feed you? I pretended to be confused, tilting my head. Food. What food? But inside I sneered. Zhao had walked right in my hands. Zhao Tianlong smirked, spat heavily into the wine glass before him, then flicked his burning cigarette into it. He swirled the cup and laughed. This is my personally crafted welcome drink. Young Master Yi, hurry and drink it. Tonight, everyone will see that the former genius is nothing but trash. His lackeys echoed him. Drink it. Don't waste young Master Zhao's good intentions. I lifted the cup with exaggerated excitement. Amazing. So this is how fine wine is made. The crowd burst into laughter. Yifan really is completely brain dead. I stared thoughtfully at the cup, then suddenly clapped my hands. Something's missing. I waved to the cleaning lady nearby. Andy, wait. Before she could react, I dumped a full bucket of mop water straight into the cup. Zhao Tianlong laughed so hard he bent over shouting, record this. Make sure everyone sees the former prodigy drinking toilet water. But the next second, I lunged forward and grabbed Zhao Tianlong by the throat. Then I shoved the entire cup of fine wine into his mouth. Good things should be shared. Brother Zhao, you drink first. Forced to swallow the filthy mixture, Zhao Tianlong pushed me away and dropped to his knees, vomiting uncontrollably. Zhao Tianlong roared, you bastard. I won't spare you. Tilting my head, I pretended to look confused. Why? Did it taste bad? Ishu wife won't let me drink alcohol, but since you were so passionate about offering it to me, I had no choice but to return the favor. Inside, I sneered. In those 5 years, I learned far more inside the jade pendant than martial arts. 13 sealed masters passed down a century's worth of life experience. Dealing with someone like Zhao Tianlong was child's play. Zhao Tianlong recovered and pointed at me shouting, hit him, beat him to death. His lackeys rolled up their sleeves and charged. My gaze sharpened, so they wanted to fight? Perfect. I could use them for practice. Suddenly, an angry shout erupted. Stop right there. Let's see who dares touch even a single hair on my brother Fan. The next second, 2 large hands slammed into the heads of the charging lackeys, smashing them together. Zhao Tianlong's face drained of color. Why are you here? Didn't you go out of town? The newcomer was my sworn brother Wang Fuguai. Brushing dust off his palms, he glared at Zhao Tianlong. If I don't show up, who's going to protect my brother Fan? Fugu Wei grew up with me, and through the 5 years I was considered a fool. He protected me constantly. Once I regain my footing, I'll repay him well. A lackey whispered to Zhao Tianlong, Boss, Wang Fugue is one of the best fighters in the entire city. We don't need to mess with him. Zhao Tianlong gritted his teeth but backed down. We're leaving. I don't believe Wang Fugue can guard Yifan forever. Suishuya will be mine sooner or later. I watched them flee in embarrassment. Fugue slung an arm around my shoulder and waggled his eyebrows. Brother Fan, I heard the news. 7 gorgeous sisters-in-law are all marrying you. If you were fully awake, you'd be over the moon, right? I push him away, pretending to be annoyed. Hey, do I look like that kind of person? Let go of me. Fugue burst out laughing. You are exactly that kind of person. Suddenly, his expression tightened. He crouched down and sniffed closer to me. Bro, your aura feels off. Don't tell me. You recovered? This guy was way too sharp. I was about to cover it up when a gentle voice came from behind. Shout Fan, why did you run off to here? Su Aijuel walked over quickly, a hint of reproach in her tone. I was just fixing my makeup and you disappeared. Didn't I tell you to wait obediently? I instantly switched to my silly smile. As long as wife Asura is here, Xiao Fan is safe. Fugue greeted her at once. Hello, sister-in-law. Don't worry. Wang Fugue will protect brother Fan with his life. Su Ishui nodded. As long as you're back, I feel relieved. Soon, she led us into the event hall. Su Ishui reminded him, I need to meet the Xia group later. So I'm leaving Xiaofan to you. Fugue warned, I heard before coming. The Xiaofan family is dead set on securing this deal. Sister-in-law, be careful. Not far away, Xiao Tianlong hid in a corner, gritting his teeth. Once I secure the Xia group, Su Ishui will be begging for my favor. Soon, the host stepped on stage. Let's welcome the president of Xia Group, Mr. Xia Ho. Reporters rushed forward. President Xia, does attending the Xiao family's banquet mean you intend to work with him? Xia Hao smiled lightly. The Xiao family is excellent, of course, but Yunqing is a vast market. Xia Group welcomes cooperation from all major enterprises. Xiao Tianlong's face darkened. What does that old man think he's doing? A spark lit up in Sui Shui's eyes as she turned to me. Xiao Fan, did you hear that? We might be able to win the Xia family over too. But just then, Xia Hao on stage accidentally glanced my way. His pupil shrank and shock flooded his face. The divine healer, ignoring everyone's confusion, he rushed off the stage and grabbed my hand tightly. Divine healer, I finally found you. I can finally repay your life-saving grace. Zhao Tianlong froze on the spot. He hurried forward to block. President Xia, you must be mistaken. He's just an idiot. How could he possibly save anyone? And you know the state of the Yi family. It's better not to get involved with them. Xia Hao frowned, his tone unwavering. I could never mistake him. 5 years ago, when I was on the brink of death, it was the divine healer who saved me. But why has he become like this? Su Ishui quickly explained, my fiancé was in a car accident 5 years ago, and his intelligence was affected. That makes perfect sense. Xia Hao slapped his thigh. Young Master Yi was a monstrous genius back then, master of martial arts and medicine alike. He must have met with the accident after saving me. Everything fits perfectly. He turned to Su Ishui, enthusiasm rising. Miss Su, your family works in pharmaceuticals, right? Interested in partnering with Xia Group? Su Ishui was stunned with joy. Do you really want to work with us? Xiao Tianlong nearly jumped in panic. President Xia, the Su family has been blacklisted by all major suppliers because they're tied to Yifan. Aren't you afraid of getting dragged down? Look at our Xiao family instead. Xia Ho shot him a dismissive glance. Dragged down? So what? If not for young Master Yi, there would be no Xia Group today. Miss Su didn't abandon the Yi family. Why should I fear anything? I hereby announce that the Shu family is Xia Group's only partner in Yinqing. All our channels will be fully open to them. Anyone in the entire Southwest who opposes the Shu family will be the enemy of the Xia family. The audience erupted. Murmurs filled the hall. As expected of the Yi family, even faded, their foundation is terrifying. Zhao Tianlong trembled with rage. Why does that idiot always ruin everything for me? Xiao Hao looked at Su Ishui and smiled. I'm not the one you should be thanking. Su Ishui instantly understood. She turned and hugged me tightly. Xiaofan, thank you. I hugged her back with a silly grin. As long as I can help Ishui wife, I'm happy. Then I turned to Xia Ho, spreading my arms. You helped my wife, so you're a good guy. Hug. Xia Ho played along, hugging me, only to hear my low, clear whisper. You handled things well. I won't let you down. Yahello's entire body trembled, eyes wide. The divine healer wasn't actually dumb. Hearing that familiar voice, he froze on the spot, staring at me in disbelief. I quietly reminded him I was ambushed. I must hide my strength to avoid further assassins. Don't expose that I've recovered. Follow my lead when needed. Sharp as always, Yahello instantly understood. Someone with his power, skill, and strategy, who even hides his edge, would surely lead the Yi family back to glory. Overwhelmed, he bowed slightly. Rest assured, young Master Yi, I Xia Ho will do everything in my power. Meanwhile, Xiao Tianlong was panicking like a clown. President Xia, what about our cooperation? I immediately hid behind Su Yishu and shouted, he's bad. He wants to steal my Yishu wife. Xia Ho's face darkened. Young Master Yi, anything inconvenient for you to handle, I'll take care of it. He suddenly slapped Xiao Tianlong across the face. You teaching me how to conduct business? What did I ever agree to cooperate with you? Zhao Tianlong was stunned, clutching his swollen cheek. President Xia, why did you hit me? Xiahao glared. Why? Because you dared young Master Ye's wife. I'm doing your parents a favor. He ordered his men to escort Xiahou away, saying he must be drunk to act so shamelessly. Xiahou Tianlong completely broke down, thrown out of his own banquet. Xiahou then turned to us respectfully. Young Master Yi, Miss Su, there's no need to stay. Shall we go somewhere quieter to discuss our cooperation? Meanwhile, Xiao Tianlong watched the backs of Su Yixue and me as we left. His face had already turned pitch dark. That idiot Yifan ruined my plans again. Are the people I told you to prepare ready yet? Move. I'm making sure he won't go home alive tonight. Soon after, Su Yixue drove the car and headed toward her place with me in the passenger seat, but her eyes kept drifting toward my face. My sharp jawline, defined features, and the calm intelligence in my eyes gave off a presence that seemed to pull at one's soul. She couldn't help thinking, how did I never notice Xiaofan was this handsome? And I had already sensed her little thoughts. I suddenly leaned closer, startling her. Ishuefei, what are you looking at? Am I good looking? Thinking about how close we would be tonight, she couldn't help feeling flustered. She was an adult? Yes, but still inexperienced. So facing these things made her shy. At that moment, a warm surge of spiritual warmth flowed from her thigh up her arm into her body. Instantly, Su Yixue felt power surging inside her. Her senses and thoughts grew noticeably sharper. Her hands shook, the steering wheel veered, and the car swerved in a snake-like line, nearly hitting a flower bed. She was stunned to discover that touching me would awaken a mysterious force within her, and she immediately understood. This must be the secret behind how I became a top-tier expert so young. Thinking of this, she instinctively reached back and held my wrist. Then she looked at me gently. Xiao Fan, I'll cherish you for the rest of my life. Just then, my eyes flicked toward the rearview mirror. I said calmly, I need to get off and use the bathroom. And before leaving, I added, wait for me. Okay, don't leave. I jogged into a nearby abandoned park. Zhao Tianlong's eyes darkened. Getting out in a deserted place like this. He's asking to die. Everyone follow him. Kill him in the woods. Zhao Tianlong and his men rushed in with flashlights scanning left and right, but they didn't see any trace of me. Soon, he spotted a figure standing not far away. Excited, he hurried over, but the face of the man wasn't right. Zhao Tianlong asked immediately, did you see a young guy coming just now? I casually pointed toward the flower bed. Yeah. I saw a young guy rush that way, right behind that rock garden. Zhao Tianlong signaled his men and dashed toward the rock garden. He didn't notice the darkness settling over my expression. He and his men searched the overgrown weeds behind the rock garden for a long time, but found nothing. Zhao Tianlong's temper flared. Was that bastard lying to us? I sneered. He'd come in, but he told me something. He said bad people were chasing him and asked me to slaughter you all. The next second, I moved like a ghost into the crowd. Within moments, everyone except Zhao Tianlong and the scar-faced man collapsed lifeless. I slowly removed my mask, glanced at Zhao Tianlong. You can't even recognize me now? Seeing my real face, Zhao Tianlong froze on the spot. Yifan, you're not brain dead. You were faking it. Zhao Tianlong completely panicked, his legs trembling uncontrollably, his heart sinking to the bottom. I clapped my hands, eyes locked onto the scar-faced man. I'll give you one chance. Tell me, 5 years ago, why did you cause that car accident to kill me? Unexpectedly, the man dropped to his knees in terror. Young Master Yi, spare me. It wasn't me. It was young Master Zhao who ordered it. Please spare my life. A surge of overwhelming aura burst from my palm, striking down and turning him to ash carried off by the wind. Such a bizarre scene left Zhao Tianlong completely stunned. Trembling, he asked, what kind of dark art is this? I simply smiled faintly and told him that my martial chi carried a fire attribute. It could blast the target in a fine dust, leaving no trace at all. That was one of the functions of the heart fire within my body. As long as I activated my martial chi, it would link directly to the heart fire. At this point, Zhao Tianlong was on the verge of mental collapse. He shivered and begged, young Master Yi, I was wrong. It wasn't me who wanted to kill you. The figure in the provincial capital forced the Lu family to order me. Please spare my dog life. Hearing this, my pupils contracted and the muscles on my face twitched involuntarily. The elder of the Liu family in the provincial capital had once been my grandfather's most loyal subordinate, yet to learn that he was one of the culprits behind my grandfather's assassination. To survive, Zhao revealed yet another shocking piece of information. The Liu family was also following orders. I heard it was a big shot from the capital. I immediately grabbed his throat and demanded coldly, "Who is the capital big shot?" Zhao Tianlong hurriedly replied, "I really don't know. I only know that in Yun City our Zhao family, the Wang family, and another Li family all serve that capital big shot. And normally we take orders from the Liu family in the provincial capital." He continued pleading, "Young Master Yi, please don't kill me. I swear I won't say a single word." I felt no mercy. My qi burst forth, crushing Zhao Tianlong in a fine ash. Only the dead keep secrets. The Zhao, Wang, Li, and Liu families were now all on my list for future reckoning. As I walked out of the woods, Su Ishui's anxious voice called out, "Xiaofan, are you okay? Why were you gone so long?" Hearing her voice warmed my heart slightly. I knew this little sister-in-law well. She was terrified even of mice. Instantly, I switched back to my harmless, adorable look and said sweetly, "Ishu wife, I'm fine now. I'm coming out." I suddenly shouted, "Whoa!" Such a huge rat startled out of her wits. So Ishu had jumped straight into my arms. I caught the faint scent on her and said, "It already ran away." "Ishua, you smell really nice." Her cheeks flushed. You're awful. You scare me on purpose." I denied it immediately. "No, I didn't. There are lots of rats here. Come on. Let me carry you into the car." Just as I lifted Su Ishua and was about to get into the car, two men in black, watching from afar, stiffened the moment they saw me walk out unharmed. What the how did that kid come out alive? Where's young Master Zhao? They hurried out of their vehicle and rushed toward the park to look for Zhao Tianlong. Before long, a bodyguard returned to the Zhao residence to report Zhao Tianlong was missing. Patriarch Zhao Dikeng erupted in fury. His son's disappearance rattled him completely. Two living men, how could they vanish in a thin air? Keep searching. His subordinates could only report helplessly. Patriarch, over 100 of us searched that small park 8 times, even checked the river. There's truly no trace of the young master. That mysterious expert who appeared out of nowhere was too strong. He knocked all of us out within 2 minutes. Only the young master and Scarface were left. He must have taken them. Zhao Dechong's face turned grim, a mysterious expert. Tianlong is my only son. Who's targeting the Zhao family? Could the Yi family be behind this? He barked an order. Send everyone out to keep searching. Report to me the moment you find anything. After his subordinates left, he suddenly recalled Scarface had gone missing as well. Could everything really be tied to the incident 5 years ago? TCH, he should have killed Yifan back then. Just then, he froze. There was a figure sitting calmly inside his study. Pointing at the mysterious intruder, he demanded, "Who are you?" I chuckled. "The man you tried to kill 5 years ago." Zhao Dechang's face twisted in shock. "Yifan, you're not dumb? You were pretending." He was about to shout for help. A pen shot through the air, pierced his palm, and nailed his entire hand to the wall. A ball of paper followed right after, sealing his mouth shut. I walked toward him and said calmly, "Answer honestly and your pain will be less." Then I removed the paper from his mouth, allowing him to speak. Trembling, he asked Tianlong, "He died by your hand, didn't he?" I replied calmly, "What else? Should I keep a murderer alive for New Year celebrations?" Zhao Dikeng shook uncontrollably, drenched in cold sweat. I was only following orders. I snapped, "Cut the crap. Tell me, besides the Wang family and the Li family, who else in Yin City works under the Liu family of the provincial capital?" Enduring the pain, he stammered, "Oh, only the Wang family and the Li family." But the Liu family has experts watching the Yi family at all times. I really don't know where they're hiding. I continued, "Then who's backing the Liu family? Which big shot from Shangjing?" He refused to give a proper answer and tried to argue. "I don't know. I only met a representative once. He wore a mask and everyone called him Young Master Zhou. Their influence is huge. They can even decide Yun City's governor with ease. You can't fight them." Hearing that, I grabbed his throat, ready to finish him, but he panicked and screamed, "There's more. Another clue. Don't kill me." My eyes sharpened with killing intent. "Speak." Trembling, Zhao Qitkeng said, "They targeted the Yi family not only because you were too powerful. They also seemed to be searching for something. In the end, since he couldn't say what that thing was, I simply ended him." Soon after, when Su Dong learned something had happened to the Zhao family, he rushed a report to the Su family's patriarch, Su Jian. Dad, did you hear about the Zhao family? Do you think it could have been Yi Fan? Su Jian cut him off coldly. Is that matter something you can mention casually? The Yi family is our great benefactor. If Yi Fan has recovered, we should be pleased. But Su Dong looked uneasy. But what if he learns the truth from back then? We spent years taking over the Yi family's industry. Su Jian slapped him across the face and told him to shut up. Then he scolded, "You're too old to have such a loose mouth. I already investigated. This wasn't a fan." Rumor says Zhao Dekong offended a grandmaster-level expert named Fan Yi, someone he provoked in his youth by stealing the man's woman. This was revenge. Yet Su Dong still sensed something off, but I've never heard of such a person. Su Jin interrupted again. You must locate this Mr. Fan immediately. Our Su family has matters to entrust him. Su Dong instantly realized his father intended to eliminate the Yi family completely. He hurried off to make arrangements. Early the next morning, before I even got out of bed, I heard the bodyguard at the door shouting, "Miss Su, someone is here for young Master Yi." And the visitor was my former fiancée, Shen Yufei. Su Ishwa immediately wrapped her arm around mine, fixed her appearance, and led me to the entrance. At the gate, she and Yufei stood frozen. Seeing the two of us walk out so intimately, a sharp pain pierced her chest. One day apart, and Yifan is already with Su Ishwa? Su Ishu didn't bother to be polite. Sin Yufei, why are you here? Didn't you call off the engagement yesterday? Or did you come to mock my man again? Knowing what happened yesterday had hurt many people, Sin Yufei didn't argue. Fan, I came to say I'm sorry. Yesterday wasn't my choice. It was my uncle's decision. I also knew she was soft-spoken. When her uncle announced the annulment, she never had the courage of someone like Yulin Long to stand up. Right then, a Mercedes suddenly stopped by. The eldest young master of the Li family, Li Yunyang, stepped out. He spoke gently to Xian Yufei. So you're here. I've been looking for you all morning. Didn't we agree to watch a movie today? Xian Yufei instantly wanted to disappear. She came to apologize, yet Li Yunyang followed her here. Seeing Li Yunyang here, irritation surged in my heart. The Li family was a vassal of the Lu family from the provincial capital, also part of the group that crushed the Yi family. Shin Yufei leaving me was one thing, but to turn around and join my enemies? Su Ishu noticed my fleeting sadness and felt a stab of pity. It must hurt seeing your former fiancé with another man. She stepped forward at once scolding, Shin Yufei, this is your apology? Are you here to apologize or show off your new lover? I'm already Yi Fan's woman, so please stop disturbing my husband. As she spoke, Su Ishu lifted my face gently, and then she softly kissed my lips. Watching the scene before her, she and Yufei felt as if her heart had been torn apart. This wasn't just affection. It was a declaration, a deliberate show of dominance. Su Ishua spoke slowly. If you know what's good for you, leave now. I cooperated, perfectly counting with my fingers. Shin Yufei, you don't want to be my wife? Fine. I have new wives now, 6 of them, all prettier than you. She and Yufei's chest tightened. A mouthful of blood nearly rose to her throat. She forced it back, stumbling a little as she looked at me, face pale as paper. She still tried to smile. Fan, as long as you're happy, that's enough. I wish you well. Li Yunyang hurried forward to support her, but she and Yufei angrily shook him off. She had never liked Li Yunyang, but her second uncle forced her into this relationship for the sake of the Xian family's future. I remained unmoved. Some mistakes once made can never be undone. Meanwhile, in the provincial capital, the Lu family's patriarch, Lu Ran, sat at the head of the table. His expression was dark. Aselahan lost his mind. The Yi family is already being crushed from all sides and could be wiped out at any moment. Everyone is cutting ties, yet he chooses to support the Yi family and cooperate with the Su group. He's courting death. A subordinate quickly explained President Saya said that 5 years ago, when Yi Fan was still a prodigy, he saved his life. He wants to repay the favor. Lu Ran snorted coldly. I don't care about his reasons. Helping the Su group means opposing the Lu family and opposing the power behind us. Zhao family is gone, but we still have the Wang and Li families. Lu Ran continued giving orders. Have them join forces. No matter what methods they use, the Su group must suffer. I don't care if Su Ishui's reputation is ruined. Make a mess of the entire Yin city. Let this be a warning. I want to see who else dares side with the Yi family. Meanwhile, Su Ishu, worried about leaving me home alone, asked Wang Fugu to take me out for a walk. Fugu, I'm counting on you. I'll be back this afternoon. I immediately acted dumb again. Ishua wife, you must come pick me up. After Su, Ishua left. Wang Fugu finally spoke. Bro, she's gone. Drop the act. I know you're pretending. He grinned ear to ear. Come on. Between brothers, you don't have to act. That pig acting to eat the tiger move at the banquet was epic. And the Zhao family massacre, that was you too. Right? Your cultivation clearly jumped again. Just be honest. You don't need to pretend with me. His words made my heart tighten. Your family's enemies run too deep. I can't drag Fugue into this. So I instantly switched back to idiot mode. Old Wang, you want to don something? I have a plastic bag if you need it. Wang Fugue froze. I seriously can't tell if you're actually dumb or pretending. Whatever. I'll just assume you're fine. Since we're free today, I'll take you to the places we used to visit. Maybe it'll jog your memory. My heart jumped. Those places from before I went dumb. I definitely can't go there now. I'm a married man. Not long after, Wang Fu Wai brought me to an old worn-down attic. Big brother used to bring me here all the time to buy things. Seeing the familiar place, I immediately remembered. This was Cloud City's largest black market trading hub, one of the biggest in the entire Southwest. They sold everything here, cultivation pills, herbs, and countless rare treasures. As long as you could pay, there was nothing you couldn't find. I happened to want to look around as well, so I intentionally acted cute, clapping my hands as I walked toward the entrance. Wang Fu Huai followed behind on purpose, watching me walk so naturally. A flash of excitement appeared in his eyes. Big brother really remembered the way, so he must not be truly stupid. What he didn't know was that everything he saw was exactly what I wanted him to see. After entering the third underground level, the place was still bustling. Wang Fuguai said boldly, Big brother, see anything you like? If you want it, I'll buy it for you today. I took the chance to try one of the secret arts I learned during the past 5 years. The strange demon eye, which could see through surfaces and reveal the truth inside. Passing a stall selling stones, a black rock suddenly drew my attention. It looked ordinary on the outside, but through my demon eye, I saw that inside was a chi-nurturing pill, excellent for helping someone break into the master realm. 5 years ago, old Wang had been close to reaching that stage, yet he still hadn't broken through. This pill suited him perfectly. I naturally wouldn't miss it. I pretended to be silly. This rock looks fun. I can use it to tease the cat at home. The seller glanced at it and said, buy any other stone and I'll give this one to you for free. A faint smile appeared on his lips. That stone was nothing but a table prop from his house. He tossed it here casually, never expecting someone would pick it. Happily, I picked up the black stone and another one priced at 30,000. Old Wang, pay up. You promised to buy things for me. Wang Fu Guai almost broke down. Big brother, these are trash. Why waste money? I immediately acted angry. What? You don't want to spend money on me? Fine. I'll do it myself. Helpless, he paid. I then handed him the black stone. Now that's better. This one's for you. At that moment, I picked up on nearby chatter. Did you hear? The Yi family suffered a huge tragedy. All 10 of their heroic members died last night and their enemies aren't done yet. They even hired someone near martial venerable level to wipe them out completely. My heart shook so fast. They actually hired a martial venerable to erase the last of the Yi family's bloodline. But since I have awakened, there's no way I will let the hidden puppeteers succeed.
Alright, that's the end of the story. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.